Hi, welcome back to the Blissful Heart channel. My name is Desiree Lee, and I'm here to give you your weekly Bliss Fix, an energy read for the full moon in Aries on October 13th. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all of my subscribers, and for anybody that's new, I do energy reads as well as pick-a cards, and I am getting ready to start rolling out some educational videos on karma and dharma and how to heal and what the twin flame journey is really like and all of those things, because I recently caught wind of a coach out there that is just giving out some false information, and it really triggered me. And I thought, man, I really need to show up and share what I know as a twin in full physical union, in full romance, dealing with processing my own karma, and how we arrived here. And for those of you that have been subscribed to my channel and been a part of the journey, I feel like you guys already know a lot of what I want to share, but there's definitely people out there that don't. So I just can't believe, this is just what I want to say before I go anywhere else. There might be quite a bit of ranting today because this energy is intense right now, but anybody that you're listening to for advice, make sure you get some information on who they are, what their education and experience is. If they're giving you advice on how to get into full physical union, make sure they are in full physical union. Okay, that's not fair. I cancel that. But I do say that if you're going to be paying somebody a ton of money to coach you, it would probably be wiser to be doing it with somebody that is in full physical union to get your money's worth, because clearly, somebody that actually is living with their twin and, having those things that we all are striving for, has done something right. And I'm not trying to just pump myself up. I got really upset about the fact that this person's out there giving advice and setting really hard rules on what is and what isn't. And, none of us really know, okay? None of us know for certain. Everything's going to be based off of our experience, right? And so with me, I'm always trying to check my ego, and by ego, I mean just Desiree and who I am. But when I give advice, it's A, guided through my own personal experience, yes, okay. B, it's guided through my own education and teaching yoga for 9 years, reading books on chakras, being a Reiki master, studying energy, studying karma. I also have a Kundalini yoga certification, which really gets into the big picture of energy and the planet and beyond. I've been studying chakras since I got my first chakra book when I was 19. I've studied physics and metaphysics, humbly, nothing big, but I've read books like The Elegant Universe and Mysticism and the New Physics. Look, I'm not an expert, okay, but I definitely feel that I have a pretty good understanding of energy and vibration and how to look and view this twin flame experience. And I just got really put off by this person saying there's no such thing as karma. What book are you reading that from? They even said that Buddhists don't practice karma, which is a complete lie. So anyway, I just got very upset about that, and I was like almost gonna just call that person out and play their video and correct them via Google, because all you have to do is do a quick Google to know that that's a lie. So karma affects everybody on the planet, and including twin flames. And in terms of our soul journey, it is a big part of us not only coming into union, which is like a bonus, right? But in terms of like trying to live our dharmic path, live in destiny, and move outside of our karmic cycle, the cycle of karma. So without going into that lesson right now, because that's something I am making notes for, and I'm going to bust out my, what is it? My board, my writing board. And anyway, I'm very excited to bring that information to you. I've done workshops on teaching about karma. Again, it's a huge concept, okay? So I'm not an expert, and I'm never going to try to tell you that I know everything and that my way is the only way, because that's absolutely not true. But, you know, just wanting to say, make sure that if you're paying somebody to help coach you, that you do a little bit of research and try to understand where they're coming from. Obviously, you know, we go with what resonates, okay? And I do think there are different twin flame experiences, and maybe, and I know for certain that some of those experiences are not living in full physical union, okay? But that's not my case. So anyway, all that being said, I had to get it off my chest. And, you know, this energy, as you can probably feel, are you feeling me, is so intense. And my moon cycle coincided with this a few days ago. So I was like, oh, this is just the worst PMS ever. And now that the PMS is past, I'm like, okay, no, this is definitely the energy of the full moon. So there's definitely like some complications going on with relationships and interactions. So not only like partnership relationships, but just connecting with other people, and there being miscommunications, misunderstandings, and being triggered quite a bit, and learning how to exercise a little restraint and self-discipline in terms of how we react to that energy. But this is a big portal, right? Happy 10/10, by the way. Oh, and as an extra note, like I wanted to actually start the video with that. But how do you like the view of this video? My twin got me a super sexy computer for my birthday. And while I didn't have it set up last week for the video, I have it set up and I did a test rendering for the video on it. And it took 20 minutes to render the same video that my old computer took 5 hours to do. It actually took 10 because I had to, it kept shutting down. And anyway, so I'm so excited. Not only is the video a lot cleaner and clearer, the lighting should be a lot better for you, but the processing of it rendering is like effortless. And I'm just so grateful to have somebody that cares about me enough to get me such a special gift, knowing that it would affect this secondary, I don't want to call it a job because I do it out of love, and do it for free. So I just feel grateful to have that. And I know I told you I was going to go on a lot today, and I'm just doing it, whatever. So thank you to all my Patreons. Thank you for your $1 a month. You know, it means a lot to me. It really, really does. And it just kind of shows that I'm being appreciated, which makes me feel good. And, you know, if you want to show some gratitude to me, you can join the Patreon for $1 a month. And in return, I offer you a monthly twin flame timeline video for those of you not in union. It's still a collective video, but I feel like it gives you a lot of insight on the journey and what's going on with the divine masculine and what's going on with the divine feminine. And then of course I do have just like a donation button down below if you want to just donate a few dollars my way. I appreciate it. You know, I really want to teach less yoga and do more of this. And now that I'm going to be trying to do some educational videos, I definitely am excited about giving some more time to you guys that really, really need it. There's some false information out there, you know, and another video that I'm going to do as well is knowing the difference between when you're being triggered, and that's resistance, and it's something you need to like clear. And when it doesn't resonate with you and it's just not true, right? It's not true to you, okay? It may be true to somebody else. And, you know, you can see in the comments people saying that's so true, I resonate. And then you're being triggered and thinking, I don't resonate. This must be an issue for me, you know? So things to think about, right? Your intuition always comes first and foremost. Okay, so getting into the actual reading, One more thing, please comment if you like this video. Please share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, if you like what I'm putting out. I don't normally rant for this long in the beginning, but if you like my vibe, click subscribe. And because I've had several people approach me for a reading and they're telling me they can't afford the 1 hour, which is $145, and I do that via Skype as well as in person, I'm going to be rolling out a live 30-minute reading for half the price, so $75, and you can do a live Skype with me, and then if you're local, you can get that $75 with me in person. And then I also have some other like 25-minute readings for a little less, and that's a pre-recorded video that you can get via the YouTubes, and it's obviously private, only you can see it. So all that being said, we're going to get into this. This is a really, I have already pre-pulled the cards, and I got another deck called the Tarot de Nuit, and it is seriously beautiful. You're going to see that in just a moment. But for our overall energy, we have the Veil, the Future, and Night Song, Hidden Talents. You guys, I can't express the enormity of this transition, and it makes sense because the intensity of the emotions that we're feeling from every end of the spectrum, from being really emotional and wanting to cry, from being super sensitive and just feeling a lot, to being really mad and frustrated, it's all coming up. And I talked about that last week, just really allowing ourselves to be more vulnerable and being fearless and experiencing whatever our vulnerability makes us experience, right? So here we are getting a glimpse into the future, and by that you'll see more of while I roll the weekly out. But this full moon is so much about kind of next leveling up, right? So there's many intentions that you've put out there in terms of where you want to be, how you want to feel, what you want to become. And everything that's coming up for you right now is designed to help get you there, okay? I always call karma the most powerful teacher, right? It's our teacher, and it's here to show us what we need to clear, right? So the overall energy of this full moon is about moving into the future, getting a glimpse of what's to come very soon, okay? And discovering our hidden talents. When we remove our insecurities, we open up into empowerment and seeing how amazing we truly are, and starting to trust those hidden talents that we can't see. So what is your night song, right? What are your hidden talents? This is going to be what's revealed, okay? I don't want you to totally focus on this. I just want you to realize that what you're going through is to help get you here, okay? So let's take a look at what you're confronting, yeah? What you are confronting, we have the Six of Wands from the Tarot de Nuit, and 19 Balance, waning gibbous 3, and 19 is a 10. Happy 10-10. So we are confronting where we are imbalanced and where we are insecure, right? Because this card is all about confidence and the blossoming of confidence. So it's not in full effect, but it's that early glimpse or early stages of stepping into a more confident space, more like powerful, fearless space, right? And so this full moon is making us confront the things in our life, the attitudes in our life, the people in our life that are holding us back, okay? So whatever it is that you maybe aren't giving enough time to, or maybe you're giving too much time to something, it is becoming very apparent to you that it is taxing you, that it is causing disruption in your life. It is maybe depleting you, okay? And so we are finding where we need to find balance, right? So whatever it is that's coming up for you, you need to figure out what the opposite of that would be. If it's a person, it's less time with that person, right? If it's a feeling, like maybe that person is constantly putting you down in very passive aggressive ways, right? And so maybe this is about you stepping up and standing up for yourself and saying, you know what, that's not okay. I personally had a miscommunication happen, and rather than me coming out like a fierce, roaring goddess that I am, which is sometimes necessary, I was just like, you know what, I'm actually going to take the more peaceful approach here. And it reminded me that sometimes we do need to do that approach, you know. But if it's a very consistent issue, maybe it's time for you to be a little less about the peace, especially if it's with the same person, you know, it's repeated, and more about you just going, you know what, this is not okay with me. It's just not. I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with the way you talk to me. I'm not okay with your attitude. And maybe we need some time apart. Maybe, you know, we need to dissolve this friendship, right? So it's about stepping into a more confident space. This is what you're being pushed to do. Believe in yourself. Trust your intuition. You know, trust your feelings. And yeah, don't be afraid to be that roaring tiger. Don't be afraid to unleash the goddess within. A lot of like, I'm getting Kali, you know, like fierce goddess roaring and just standing up for yourself. This is what you're being called to do, okay? And I know that for a lot of you empaths, like the we fear regretting, you know, or hurting feelings. But if you think about it before you act, thank you, Spirit, you have to like get in close and personal with yourself in terms of how you feel, so that you can communicate very clearly, but not like explosively, right? You can deliver that message with a fierceness that is still honoring that person's journey and still respecting them, but also setting your boundaries, you know? So then I asked, how can they process the collective as they? That's you and me, right? How can we process and release this challenge, challenges, right? And so we got the Hanged Man, card 12. We got several cards here, okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles. And then I love that this came out, card 27, which is a 9, release. Waning Crescent 4. I'll put this here. And Boundaries, Waning Gibeus 3, card 12, which is a 3. Okay. This is about letting go, right? It's about becoming unattached to outcomes. And I feel so emotional today, but really dissolving the attachments you have to being judged by others, right? Because that's really where your fear of drawing boundaries is. It's like, oh, what if they think I'm a bitch? What if they tell so-and-so that I'm a bitch and that I told them I didn't want to be their friend anymore, and then this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and then, you know, people are going to think I'm this, and, you know, it's like, let it go, okay? Because when you are standing in your power and just being like, this is who I am today, and again, Spirit just wants me to mention, because we're communicating from our heart, right? And we're communicating after we've processed the feelings, and we are still speaking our truth, okay? So I just want to make it very, very clear that when you are communicating, you are still speaking your truth. You're just doing it in a more contained way in terms of, you know, again, not creating negative karma. That's really what it's about. You know, you want to be very careful with how you extend your energy, especially with the power of words, and Spirit's saying especially with the way you talk to yourself. But so this is about letting go, okay? This is how you process. You let go of attachments to outcome, and you let go of that fear of being judged. And then we move into this Knight of Pentacles. Oops. She reminds me of Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. She says that she has honored her truth, right? And she is putting her flag in the dirt. She is staking her claim on what is the truth for her, right? And this is how we release, right? And we stop complaining about the things that aren't going right. We stop complaining about how difficult this journey is. We stop complaining about how we're not getting there fast enough, right? We just stop complaining about everything. And instead, we do it, right? We do what needs to be done. What needs to be done? What are you burdening yourself with? You are amazing, and you are human, and so am I, right? We're imperfect. And you know what? That's okay. And yeah, so there's definitely like this striving for perfection. Like that's what we all strive for. But, don't get so caught up in that desire to do it perfectly, to do it right, to be thought of as a great person, that it's preventing you from expression of yourself and preventing you from making the mistakes. Because guess where the most positive change happens in our life? In failure, right? We learn by failure. We learn by mistakes, by experience. That is how we grow. So, you can watch all the twin flame videos you want, obviously. But just know that you should always take, including me, everybody's words of wisdom with a grain of salt, because it's your journey, right? And that's why I'm so excited about releasing some more content on the bigger picture in this soul journey, because this is what it's all about, is healing ourselves and releasing that cycle of karma. And we're here to clear the negative karma, not only that we created when we were more naive in this life, but past life karma, right? So that is the journey. And if you are of a faith that doesn't talk about the word karma, like Christianity, they use judgment and sin and atonements to express the same thing that karma's teaching you, right? So we are here to learn, okay? And again, obviously we might just have that big lashing out and then have to ask for forgiveness, That's okay. What a wonderful exercise in humility. And then, right, I was like shuffling the cards and just being like, how can we release, like, how to release this energy of, insecurity and imbalance. And they were like, release. I actually wanted to get the book out for this. It's card 27, which is a 9. I love this image too. It's so beautiful. She says, there is a payoff if we decide to finally release something we no longer need. The payoff is as individual as you are, but there will be a universal feeling of making space for something new. And we'll hear that again, actually, this getting rid of things that are like clogging up our life. And it is about us stepping into our destiny, stepping into our dharma, getting out of the karmic wheel, all right? And I can tell you that you will always kind of dip back into that karmic wheel, but we want to hit those moments of dharma and continually try to clear it so that we can live in our destiny and fulfill the thing we signed up for to do in this life. And it is always going to be in some act of service, okay? And I already mentioned the boundaries, but you teach people how to treat you, okay? Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. If you have, and as amazing as it is, every single person, whether it's a tiny interaction or a lifelong interaction, every single experience you have that has triggered you some way, shape, or form is designed to help you figure out how you can honor yourself better. Every single interaction is designed to help you see how you can honor yourself better, where you need to draw boundaries, and help you attract more high vibrational people into your life, okay? So, you know, that is one way to access forgiveness, and I'm getting that intuitively from Spirit right now. Is that another way to help release and process what you're experiencing right now is to do acts of forgiveness for those that you have tension with, and this could be yourself as well, right? But definitely, you know, look at where your boundaries are. Maybe you need to, you know, open them up a little bit more, or maybe you need to tighten them up a little bit more, but definitely look at, again, that imbalance, right? So, I mean, this is balance. We're the reverse of that, but you want to look at what needs to have more harmony. If you're a song, what are the notes? You know, how does it sound? Okay, so then I asked, what is the reward of going through this self-healing work right now? What do we have to look forward to upon completing this karmic cycle right now? And we have 6, the Lovers, again, several cards for you here. 3 of Cups, I love this because it's like Alice in Wonderland with a party there. Knight of Wands. 22, waxing or waning gibbous 6, wisdom. And 28, which is another 10, waning crescent 5, peace. How beautiful is that? Right? I mean, so, I mean, the clear sign here, you're moving closer into union, right? Like I was saying, your main purpose here is to heal your karma and to heal your soul and to live in your dharma. Twin flame union comes when you reach a certain level of healing. Am I 100% healed? No. But I clearly did enough to earn union. You know, I mean, you don't have to be 100%. Like, if you're like worried that that's the case, that's not what I'm saying. But what Spirit is saying is that this karmic cycle is bringing you closer into union. Maybe it is a big money union, because I know that there are a lot of twins coming into union. Well, next August 2020 is what I've been feeling, but I know that there's a trickle effect, like it starts and then it just kind of, there's more in August, right? But this is a result of doing the work, okay? Maybe not today, maybe not next year, but the process is repeats over and over. We heal, we get better, we get deeper, we get better, and we do the work, right? And the work is definitely through meditation and doing that kind of self-development work, okay? That's part of the deal, man. That's how it works. I mean, if you can do it without meditating, hats off to you. But meditation is the best way to get connected to Spirit, connected to your higher self, and to work on these things from a higher perspective. We've got to get out of this egoic mind, right? Into the higher conscious space. Three of Cups, celebration. Again, this is also a big union card, but it is also about celebrating and joy. I know for sure that once this full moon turns, and I'm thinking like October 16th, 17th, we are going to be celebrating. Okay. Whatever, we're just like, bear your teeth down. We're going to get through this. Okay. But don't suppress it. Don't ignore it. Shed it, right? Get some of that armor off of you. Open up. My dogs keep barking. So where was I? So we're celebrating, okay? And then the Knight of Wands. Oh my gosh, I just love this card so much, and I loved the guidebook read on this so much, but it is so much about pure, untamed energy, right? This is the result. This is what we get. Let me find it here. Ooh, it like opened up right to it almost. Yeah. And this guidebook's so unique because the way it's written is the voice of the image. So this Knight of Wands, she is talking to you. She says, I am pure energy. I believe in fire and action. I am ready to fight if that is what it takes. I fear no one. I fear nothing. Courage is my armor to always move forward. Some find me too impulsive or too aggressive or too bold or too impatient. That's right. That's what's like coming through, is this too much, like us being afraid of being too much, like F that. Frankly, I don't care. Those who criticize me are those who never achieve anything. I am not interested in spineless people. I want brave hearts who will act. And that is exactly what this Knight of Pentacles was saying too, is do something. Take action, right? Who will act. No more thinking, no more talking. The land is to be conquered. The battle is to be won. I spread my fiery light upon you so you can join me. Have confidence in yourself. I want glory, and so do you. Show your ambition and your inner fire for night's sake. Good God. I mean, I hope that inspired you as much as it inspired me to see. I was just like, this is it, man. This is our next level stuff. Like, no more fucking around. No more being afraid. No more, worrying about that judgment. We're just going to do what we want to do, what we signed up to do, right? Because if we're living from our heart, right, all of this advice is garbage if you're a narcissistic, egotistical, selfish person, right? But I know that that's not the case for any of you watching this. So, when you're living from your heart and you're living in your truth and you have that compassion for others, then go out and do, okay? There's no more time to talk about it or think about it, act on it. Do what you want to do. Say what you need to say. Let your voice be heard, yeah? And then wisdom. 22. I love the sinks here. So yes, we are gaining wisdom. Through this lesson, there is a huge lesson to be learned, and it's actually a rite of passage, which we'll see soon. But this is a big, big karmic turn, right? Big portal, big change. This is significant, okay? So I feel like everything has as much power in it as you allow it to. So you decide, okay? Don't think this isn't for me. If something I said hasn't quite resonated with you, you need to find what it is that you're clearing, okay? Because there is something, and it's up to you to figure out how to process it and what you're going to do with it. But I know for sure that every single one of us on this planet, twin flame or not, has a divine purpose. And it is to help others in some way, shape, or form. And guess what? Even if you're not out there teaching it, talking about it, energetically, it ripples energy out to others, and we elevate the collective, right? And then, what is this one? Peace. 28 out of 10. Yeah. So we got that other 10 here for our 10-10 portal. And I loved what she said in the guidebook about this. She was talking about we find peace by letting go, right? So here we have our hanged man. I'll just put it right here for now. We have that hanged man, which mentioned it as well, right? Letting go, finding that surrender, finding that release, right? And letting peace in. When we get rid of that funky, low vibration pain or fear, we allow more love in. And when we allow more love in, then we find more peace and we feel more at home in our own physical space and less stressed out, right? Less anxietal, less being caught up in the past or the future, and we're able to be more present. That is the magic of meditation. But, you know, this is what we're getting, okay? This is the reward from the work we do. And we do get rewarded. And there is this is all happening. And it's been written in ancient texts, pre-Bible. We're talking like the Upanishads, right? Back when there was no electricity, there was no distractions. It was just you, the human, and God, and the planet, and the stars. And I mean, just think about that, right? When people wonder, like, how did I was telling someone about something, I can't remember right now, but they were like, how did they figure that out? And I'm like, well, if you're not doing anything but like trying to survive, obviously, you know, and you have some free time, you want to understand night and day, you want to look at the stars, which there was no light pollution, so they were incredibly bright and clear, and you find that breathing feels good. You know, I feel like it's so natural. And when you start doing yoga, or if you do meditation, maybe not yoga, but it does feel natural. It's natural to breathe, right? It's natural when you're stressed to just be like, right? That's what you do. Okay, right? It's just, it happens. You don't even have to think about it. You just do, right? Okay. 11. May your heart sing and your soul rejoice. Experience the wonder of life. This is the final guidance message. This is from the healing cards. And I love this. This is by Carolyn Miss, but this is the front of the guidebook and the box that the deck comes in. But we got the card. On the back it says, celebrate all that is good and blessed about your life, realizing that gratitude is a powerful remedy. Appreciating your blessings increases the vitality of your life force. Just be grateful, you know? Do your forgiveness work. Know that this too shall pass, right? I'm not saying that you're going to feel better right now, but it is going to pass, okay? Soon. Just hold on, right? Use this. This is powerful, powerful. This emotion is just enormous, and it's there to look at and be like, what do I need to heal? Like, what is this about? I want to move it out. Like, it's on the surface. We get to just sweep it, you know? Guidance message, gratitude, and Kuprite, rites of passage. Another one I wanted to grab the guidebook for, but before I do, I'm just going to go ahead and give you my own personal interpretation, which is, we are in a rite of passage. This is a very big time on our soul journey. We are a collective group. And in terms of the age of your soul, you know, this rite of passage is, you know, significant. It might not be this giant lesson, okay, but it is significant, right? So let me get the book out for that. What number is it? Oh, no number. It's alphabetical. Kuprite. These rites are a very important process of the soul's journey and can assist you greatly in your life. In recent times, the importance of rites of passage have been forgotten. However, energetically, you will still experience these sacred rites of passage facilitated by your ancestors in spirit and universal energy itself. The Devas of Cuprite are also here to assist you through the process as you transform from your old state of being and awaken into another, bringing about deeper understanding and self-awareness. This powerful process can sometimes be challenging as old ways of being are questioned, and you are asked to let go and allow, right? Let go. Let go and allow. And the other card that said that, we had so many cards say that. There was quite a few actually, but there we go. Let go and allow for new awareness to arrive. And as you then integrate this into your life, you may be feeling mixed emotions at present, like fear and confusion, or you could even be excited as your soul is open and ready for this powerful new change. How this affects you is unique and different for everyone. Rites of passage offer you the gifts of challenges and lessons and help you define who you are in this world, presenting an opportunity to master self-honor and respect. Boundaries. Master self-honor. Learn what those boundaries are. Respect. Wisdom, right? So many good cards, and it all is being repeated right now, right? Rites of passage offer you the gifts of challenges and lessons and help you define who you are in this world, presenting an opportunity to master self-honor and respect. Whether you are experiencing a loss of a loved one, which I know a lot of people that are, and my heart goes out to you on that. Some of it is for pets, but some is for people. An ending or a beginning of a relationship, or entering into a new phase in your life. Know that this is a sacred and important time initiation for your soul's journey. Step lightly and stay open as you transform through this potent time. Chills? I mean, did you feel that? Sending it to you. Did you get it? You guys, we're in this together, and I am sending you all so much love and light. You know, whatever it is, right? In meditation, we practice non-attachment, and you're just going to honor whatever you're going through and do the best you can to process these things that you're doing and try to make the right decisions. Connect with yourself, spend some time, journal, meditate, do a reading for yourself, and breathe and try to, right? If you're feeling really hung up on something, like where you keep thinking about it, and I'm speaking more specifically about somebody that's betrayed you or hurt you, practice forgiveness, okay? What is it? I'm sorry, I love you, thank you, please forgive me. I always forget the order of that. But, you know, do something for forgiveness. If it's not that, then something else. But I promise you that if you forgive them and you ask for forgiveness, and just saying it out loud, you'll get triggered, like, I didn't do anything wrong. Well, maybe you can ask for forgiveness for sending them such negative energy because you were hurt by them and you didn't draw clear lines, and so you got hurt, right? I'm sending you so much love and light on this full moon. I will talk to you next week. Many, many blessings. Mwah.